In the words of the legendary chef and my personal hero, Anthony Bourdain, food is everything we are. It's an extension of a nationalist feeling, ethnic feeling, your personal history, your province, your region, your tribe, your grandma. It's inseparable from those from the get-go. Welcome to Every Dish a Story, a podcast about a place of food in our lives and what it meant to our ancestors. I'm your host, Kat, and I'm going to take you to a new location every 2 weeks to connect to who we are. Scientists say that happiness may extend your life, and I can say that ceviche will increase your happiness. You do the math. Welcome to Every Dish a Story, episode 22. I'm your host, Kat, and today we're traveling to South America. Ceviche, the new trendy food of the early 21st century, is actually an ancient dish from South America. For centuries, this dish has been one of the continent's best-kept secrets. But now it is becoming a popular snack and will definitely gain popularity as the century progresses. Ceviche is seafood or fish cooked using a centuries-old method by using acidic citrus juice instead of heat. Cooking and eating ceviche is practically a religion in parts of Mexico, Central and South America. And there seem to be as many varieties of ceviche as there are people who eat it. It can be eaten as a first or main course, depending on how you serve it. The origins of ceviche can provide a deeper understanding of the culture of many South American countries, and in particular Peru, where it has achieved a status of a national dish. There are many regional variations of ceviche, but the simplest dish consists of raw fish, fresh lime juice, and peppers. The most popular type of ceviche throughout Peru adds fresh onions and cilantro. While it may not sound very appetizing, I promise it is delicious. The chemical process that occurs when citrus acid comes in contact with fish is similar to what happens when cooking the fish, when the flesh becomes opaque and hard. The raw fish or seafood is sort of cured in a marinade of lime juice and salt. The citrus acid reacts with the salt, essentially cooking it. This is what turns the fish from pink to white. And there has long been a debate about how long to leave the fish in the juice. Some chefs believe that a minute is enough, while others prefer an hour or two. But if you leave the fish in the marinade for too long, it can become very rubbery in texture. The best tip is to always eat ceviche with a spoon like the locals do. That way you won't miss the juice or the flavor. Many different kinds of fish can be used in ceviche, but the most popular are sea bass, halibut, lucien, trout, and tilapia. Shellfish and other seafood such as octopus, squid, shrimp, and scallops can also be used, although they are more common in restaurants or stalls located in coastal regions. The history of ceviche is not black and white, and its birthplace has long been disputed. Although Peru is best known for its ceviche, some believe that dish may have originated in Ecuador. Both countries have an incredible variety of shellfish and fish needed to make this dish. There's a popular theory claiming that ceviche originated about 2,000 years ago, during the Moche civilization. Fermented banana and passion fruit juices were used to marinate the seafood, since the citrus fruits had not been yet introduced to Latin America by the Spanish. The modern version of ceviche, where fish is marinated in lime juice, probably came about after the Spanish colonists brought lime to the continent. Ceviche may have gotten its name from several places. There's an argument that it comes from the Latin cibus, which means food, and possibly from Arabic words for soup or vinegar. Another theory is that it comes from the Spanish word escabeche, which literally means pickle or marinade. Ceviche is also loved in Chile. As you may know, Chile occupied the city of Lima for about 4 years because of the War of 1879. That's when Chileans learned about pisco, which is a grape alcoholic beverage, and the cocktail pisco sour, and of course about ceviche. There's also a theory that the pre-Hispanic peoples cooked fish with a fruit called tumbo. The Incas ate salted fish and fish dishes marinated in chicha. Chicha had been drunk since ancient times back in the Incan Empire, obtaining the drink by fermenting various plants through saliva. Then the Spaniards introduced the Mediterranean custom of using lemons and onions. Then there are historians who believe that the origin of ceviche is actually Arab, and it was brought to Peru by Arab immigrants, and it was then perfected by Peruvians from coastal regions. Many countries in Latin America serve ceviche, but they all bring their own individual twist to this dish. Let's see how it's served around the continent. In Costa Rica, as well as in Nicaragua, ceviche is composed of pickled fish, coriander, lime juice, salt, pepper, and finely chopped onions. It is often served in a cocktail glass with soda crackers and lettuce. Tabasco, mayonnaise, and ketchup are usually used as condiments. In Chile, halibut or Patagonian toothfish are usually used to make ceviche. The fish is then marinated in lime and grapefruit juices. This dish has a refreshing taste and is often served with coriander and fresh mint. In El Salvador, Ceviche de Conchas Negras is a type of ceviche made from a baseball-sized black clam and is believed to have aphrodisiac properties. It is almost black in color, hence the name, with a very unique flavor. It is made with onions, salt, pepper, lime juice, yerba buena herb, tomatoes, Worcestershire sauce, and sometimes picante. Picante is a spicy sauce for those who need to brush up on their Spanish. Ceviche in Mexico is commonly served in cocktail glasses, and the dish uses a mixture of octopus, squid, mackerel, tuna, and shrimp. The marinade uses avocado, chilies, onions, coriander, salt, and lime. The dish is served either paired with tostadas or as a taco filling. Sometimes tomatoes and olives are added as well, but that depends on individual preference. In Panama, lemon juice is used instead of lime to make a marinade for ceviche. They also add celery, peppers, onions, salt, and coriander. Ceviche de Corvina, made with white sea bass, is a popular option and is often served in restaurants as an appetizer. As I mentioned earlier, Peruvian ceviche is the most famous. The traditional dish consists of raw fish marinated in lime juice with chopped red onions, chilies, salt, and pepper. It is usually served with corn on the cob or slices of boiled sweet potato. Trujillo specializes in tocho, which is shark ceviche, and Lima often uses solea fish. Peruvian limes used in ceviche are usually more acidic than their European counterparts. And although they're not always served as a pair, ceviche goes especially well with Peruvian beers such as Pilsen Calao, or better yet, Inca Kola, one of South America's most popular non-alcoholic drinks. Peru's fascination with ceviche is very interesting, and it's amazing to see how deeply this dish is embedded in the culture and daily life of the people. And since ceviche is officially the country's national dish, it's been given its own holiday, National Ceviche Day. This holiday is celebrated on June 28th every year, and on this day, restaurants offer exclusive menus and special creative versions of the dish. Competitions and food fairs are held throughout the country to celebrate the beloved seafood dish. Ceviche isn't just popular in the capital, Lima. All of Peru's coastal regions are proud of their ceviche, and the dish is also popular in other tourist centers such as Cusco. Many culinary schools around the country offer classes that teach travelers how to make ceviche. As Peruvian cuisine has built its reputation globally, its dishes are now exported around the world and have even made their way into the main streets of the United Kingdom and the United States. The nearest Peruvian restaurant may be closer to you than you think. The birthplace of ceviche is disputed between Peru and Ecuador, and since both countries have an amazing variety of fish and shellfish, it may well have originated in the ancient Inca civilizations of Peru and Ecuador. In light of this controversy, let's take a look at the differences. In Peru, ceviche is served with slices of sweet potatoes. This is a common way of serving ceviche in the South American country. It can also be served with corn on the cob, as I said before. In Peru, ceviche is always cooked with lime. Only shrimp ceviche requires a little boiling in water, but then it is brought to perfection with citrus acid anyway. Recently, traditional recipes have been altered by sophisticated chefs in a kind of spirit of competition between the cevicherias, which are the restaurants that specialize in ceviche. Traditional ingredients include fish or shrimp. Other ingredients include sweet potatoes, corn, lettuce, thinly sliced red onions. Onions are always rinsed with warm water and added to the top of ceviche at the last minute before serving. Perhaps the most authentic Peruvian version uses a refined Peruvian hot pepper called ají amarillo. The fish or shrimp is dipped in a mixture of lemon, salt, ají amarillo, ground pepper, and sometimes orange juice and garlic are added. But garlic is best used when sprinkled as salt on the fish 30 minutes before mixing it with the lime marinade. Be careful when ordering ceviche in Peru, because sometimes they serve this round vegetable called the ricotta pepper on top. It looks like a tomato, but it is a very, very spicy pepper. Very cute fact. The juice that remains on the plate after you eat the ceviche is called tiger milk. And tiger milk is perfect after resaca, which is what Peruvians call that miserable feeling people have after drinking too much the night before, a hangover. It is totally acceptable if you pick up a plate with your hands and bring it to your mouth to drink. But you can also pour it into a glass and drink it as is, or mixed with vodka or pisco if you like. Peruvian version of hair of the dog, you see. One of the greatest Peruvian exports when it comes to ceviche is shrimp ceviche. In its simplest form, a shrimp ceviche consists of fresh shrimp, baked or cooked in lime juice with the addition of hot peppers. Because of the ingredients in shrimp ceviche, this dish is rich in protein and nutrients and is definitely a great snack. A great shrimp ceviche consists of a perfectly matched combination of flavors from spicy to sour. In addition, this combination includes textures ranging from mild to tender to crispy. This combination is a great representation of exactly what Peruvian cuisine does right. And the caloric content of shrimp ceviche is very low, so that's a great bonus too. If you've ever wondered what the secret to great Peruvian shrimp ceviche is, it lies in the cooking method, including the ingredients used for the recipe. Simply put, the secret to a great shrimp ceviche lies in the mixing local ingredients that don't really seem to go well together at first sight. Although the recipe for shrimp ceviche is common throughout the Caribbean, Peru claims the original recipe thanks to Gaston Acurio, the famous Peruvian chef. It was him who popularized the dish, emphasizing its traditional flavors. Acurio also created many varieties of shrimp ceviche in his restaurants in Peru and around the world. If it weren't for Acurio, shrimp ceviche might have remained the original dish unique to South America. When we talk about how to make Peruvian-style ceviche, we must focus on three main ingredients. Raw fish. The first important ingredient is raw fish or shrimp. After all, what is ceviche without seafood, right? Of course, your favorite and preferred type of fish will also work, but we will be talking about shrimp ceviche. So let's assume that your raw fish is shrimp. Shrimp is relatively light, so there's absolutely no reason to worry about the caloric content of shrimp ceviche. All you need to do here is just chop the shrimp or fish into small pieces and then add the marinade. Which brings us to the next key ingredient of a great Peruvian ceviche. And that is, of course, the lime juice. Ever since the Spanish imported citrus 400 years ago, the most traditional Peruvian ceviche has used fresh lemon or lime juice. Before that, the ceviche consisted only of raw fish, salt, and pepper. Today, however, what makes Peruvian shrimp ceviche great compared to others is the lime that is used to make it. In Peru, chefs widely use a variety of lime called limon sutil. It is smaller than Mexican limes, but slightly larger than European ones. Also, this Peruvian lime has a higher level of acidity. And although it tastes similar to European or Mexican limes, it is able to cook raw fish and seafood relatively faster due to this high acidic content. Ají are the third ingredient, and this is the last piece of the secret to making a great Peruvian ceviche. Ají in Latin America means the same thing as chilies in Mexico. Basically, this is just pepper. Amarillo means yellow, so ají amarillo, which is used in Peruvian ceviches a lot of times, means yellow pepper. Yellow and orange ají grows in almost all areas of Peru. The hotness of a typical ají amarillo is anywhere between 40,000 and 50,000 on Scoville scale. In comparison, jalapeno peppers have a hotness between 2,500 to 8,000. In general, there are several varieties of ají grown in Peru, each with its different degree of spiciness, which gives Peruvian ceviche a wide range of flavors. And what is ceviche without a spicy note, right? So the two most commonly used peppers in Peru is ají amarillo, which is a yellow pepper, and ají limo, which resembles a habanero. Shrimp ceviche from Peru, as I mentioned before, is usually marinated in lime juice for a shorter time. In addition, Peruvian shrimp ceviche is much more likely to use hot, pungent peppers. That's ceviche from other Latin American countries and other regions. Another unique attribute to Peruvian cuisine is that they remove the lime juice that is used to cook the shrimp or fish, and therefore serve the shrimp ceviche as a salad on a flat plate. On my YouTube channel, CheddarKats, you will find two recipes, one for tilapia ceviche and shrimp ceviche. But since few people outside Peru have access to ají and Peruvian limes, I used what any of you can find at your local grocer. The link to the recipes are in the description of this episode. But anyway, let's look at the way ceviche is served in Ecuador. It's actually very interesting. So in Ecuador, ceviche is served with salty side dishes. If you order ceviche in Ecuador, you may be surprised at how it is served. Typically, ceviche is served with popcorn, nuts, or corn nuts. In Ecuador, the most popular is shrimp ceviche, in which you can add ketchup and some lemon and oil, just like in a salad. Fish ceviche includes lemon, and the fish is lightly boiled in water beforehand. There's also lobster ceviche, which includes a Gulf sauce, which is a mixture of mayonnaise and ketchup. Usually tourists like these versions, although they are really surprised when they first ask for the ceviche in Ecuador, usually expecting something completely different, and these unknown interpretations of the dish take them by surprise. Do you know that the record for the world's largest ceviche belongs to Mexico? Well, this ceviche dish weighed an impressive 4.5 tons. Ceviche came to the United States in the 1980s. I was actually very surprised to learn that ceviche wasn't popular in the US for very long and didn't really come into vogue until the 1980s. Hispanic flavors first found their way into Florida menus when New World cuisine emerged in South Florida in the late 80s. This cuisine emerged from the diverse cooking styles and tropical ingredients of the Caribbean, Central and South America. People were fascinated by the seductive flavors of exotic tropical fruits and vegetables, and based on this fascination, many variations of ceviche were developed in the US. It makes perfect sense that these days chefs are experimenting and looking for their own special and distinctive version of ceviche. They add other ingredients such as celery, drops of soy sauce, sugar, or even milk to the marinade. Ceviche can actually be made vegetarian and vegan as well. Vegetables such as artichokes, cremini mushrooms, and zucchini are great substitutes for seafood mix normally present in ceviche. These vegetables are perfect for vegan ceviche because they have a mild flavor and absorb the juices of the tiger milk perfectly. But don't limit yourself to these recommendations. Experiment with different varieties of mushrooms and other vegetables. Palm hearts are a great substitute for artichoke hearts, chickpeas are also great, and you can use nori for a sea flavor. To sum up, ceviche is a simple but complex and incredibly delicious dish. And with so many versions of ceviche in existence and the world-class chefs who make them, it is no wonder that people brave the gloomy weather in Lima to try it. After all, bad weather and gray skies are easier to endure with a belly full of delicious food. And it's on this note that I would like to wrap up our first journey to South America, and I invite you to check out the two recipes I talked about earlier, which is tilapia ceviche with sweet potatoes and shrimp ceviche with tortilla chips. The links to my website and my YouTube channel you will find in the description of this episode. Thank you so much for listening. Remember to eat well, train hard, and love cats. Also, please recycle your garbage when you can. And of course, as always, wherever you are in the world today, I hope that you are healthy and that you are safe. Bye-bye for now. And I'll be back on August 4th with a new journey.